Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. If you're new to the page, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell where we try to keep the family fed. Listen, we're going to cover a lot today. As you can see, I'm very leisure today because it's a blizzard outside. Here in the Midwest, we got a lot of snow. It's not blizzard, good people. It's called snow. It happens every winter, all right? The news always sensationalize things that happen all of the time. It's snowmageddon, all right? So what? We got 3-4 inches. Big deal. All right, let's get right into it. So there's a lot going on with the stock market. We had PPI that came out this morning, an hour before opening bell. So we had a CPI, Consumer Price Index, that came out yesterday, right? Which showed that inflation was not falling as fast as we thought it was, okay? And then PPI came out this morning. Remember, CPI is a gauge, is a method or a system that gauges the difference or fluctuation in the goods and services that we consume. Consumer Price Index. And then we had PPI this morning, Producers Price Index, okay? It measures the change of rate in goods and services that are produced, okay? So it gets produced, PPI, and then it gets consumed, CPI. But they always release CPI first and then PPI, all right? Well, most of the times they do, all right? You follow that. So we had that happening, and so it is causing the market to actually sell off again today. We're going to talk about a few things. Like we here, you and I, we expected a cool off. We were kind of looking for a cool off. Remember, I'm just going to say we, not me. We've been expecting it because we've been discussing that here on this page for months, right? We've been discussing it for at least 5 months that we thought Q1 that there will be a cool off, right? And leave me a coffee cup if you know that's what we, the family, have been discussing. Okay, we're going to keep it going because we got a lot to information to get to, and then I'm going to talk about a little crypto and the crypto miners. So stay tuned throughout this entire video. PPI inflation data December fall leads to lower. Fall led by lower fuel prices. Okay, and then it talks about what it means. You guys can come and read all of this data. There are other YouTube pages that do a deep dive into this. What we do know is the market does not like it. And remember, everybody was talking about the Fed starting to cut rates in March. Now, that went from 70% down to 30% now. Now, about 30% of the people polled believe that we will have the first interest rate cut this year in March. I personally, it's slim that it's coming to March. Now, if we keep getting data, remember, this was the last data point from last year. If inflation is not cooling off at the rate that was expected, though it's still heading in the right direction, but not at the rate that is expected, then March rate cut will get moved back. They will remain neutral. And the market sees that. The market does not like that. And hence the market sold off. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't fight its way back. It is Friday. Let's look at where things are right now. As we can see it right now, the Dow is down 82 points at this time. Now, the Dow was down by a couple of 100 points earlier, right? So you could see right in opening bell, as you can see, it ran up and then it tanked, okay? And so now it's trying to fight its way back. Who knows where we will be at closing bell? I am recording this about an hour and 40 minutes before closing bell, okay? So you see what you see, all right? So now I want to show you guys, this is in the class for those of you that don't have the class. This is in the class. This is really simple. This is Yahoo Finance. If you really want to see what's moving for the day, just click it right here, www.yahoo Finance, and you can see what's moving. You see that JP Morgan is moving. Why JP Morgan? The banks have started reporting today. Banks usually, you know how most stock or most companies report after closing bell. Banks usually report before or right at opening bell. So the banks are reporting earnings season has started. But let's go back here. We could see that our baby Tesla, so you see here Bank of America, JP Morgan, just because you see that arrow moving up doesn't mean the stock is moving up. So let's take Tesla, for instance. I don't even have to look at it and know that it's down. Let's click on it. Yep. Tesla at the time of recording this is down by 3%. And if you look for the week, look at that. Yeah, it's just been tanking. It's just been stair-stepping down. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tesla has just been stair-stepping what? All the way down. Hey, I forgot to tell you guys that today is brought to you by Moomoo. Moomoo will be the top link here. Make your deposit and get 5.1% on your uninvested money, and you can get up to 15 free stock. All right, let's keep it going. So what else I want to talk about? I did that. At the end of this broadcast, I want to talk about how we need to be a fireman, because it's really going to help a lot of you, how we really need to be a fireman. You know what? Let me just take a minute and talk about that right now, and then we'll go into crypto. We need to be a fireman with stocks and crypto. You know, the people that set fires, you know, pyro, whatever the name is, all right? Let's just say fire starter, all right? So this is the market. This is not a waste of time. Please listen. This is going to help a lot of you. We have to be firemen when it comes to markets like this. We studied the market. We expected a sell-off. We expected that crypto would cool off. Remember, I was talking about buy the rumor, sell the news. Remember, I said it was going to be a pop and then a drop. We discussed that. So this was not unexpected that we're having a cool off in both markets. Then we had the Santa Claus rally, right, of 2023 minus the 2 first days. So this year is starting out like 2022 did, right? Just a bad start. But the market was overinflated. It was frothy. It was too high. And now it needed a cool off. For those of us that are ready for it, we have dry powder and we see this as an opportunity. So are you a fireman or are you running with a fire starter? So a fire starter goes from building to building with multiple units and say, hey, let's all move into this building together, right? And you all move in there, but then he or she keeps starting fires, right? And then you're a casualty. So we're not going to be casualty. We're going to be what? Fire people, right? Men and women. I'm just going to say fireman for all intensive purposes. We are firemen. We are firefighters. So when we see a fire, we run towards the fire. So when there's no fire, you don't see the fire trucks. You don't see the firemen. Where are they? They at home chilling. They drinking coffee, right? And they're studying and getting ready for what? The next fire. So they run towards the fire. If you want to win in the stock market or crypto, follow that principle. Is there a fireman emoji? If there's a fireman emoji, leave me a fireman emoji or just put fire, because I'm telling you that's going to help save you a lot of money and help make you a lot of money. That analogy. So let's go over to crypto, right? And then we'll get to the miners. Let's look at the crypto bubble. Bam, tanking, bonk down 13%, right? Look at that, 13.8% down. Remember, if a major coin goes down a little bit, the altcoins go down a lot. Bitcoin, look at that, down for the hour, down for the day, down for the week. It cooled off after the spot ETF got approved. Now, we expected that. That's what we expected, right? And so I will tell you that this is something that does not concern me at all, right? It doesn't worry me at all. And if you've taken my class, it doesn't concern you, because you know where we are in this cycle. You know what we're setting up for. So let me show you guys something. Let's see if I could see this. All right. I want to show you guys something, okay? And I want you guys to see this. This is my This is my email, right? All right. After Martin Luther King Day, which Monday is Martin Luther King or Martin Luther the King Day, the markets will be closed. But look at this. All right. Look at this. These are my daily purchase. You see that? ETH, DOT, XRP, some more DOT, some Solana, some SHIB, some BUNK, some SNX, some ICP, some more ETH. Why? Why, Larry? Because I've been buying daily ever since last week. Now I'm not going to stop buying when it's coming down, but I've been buying in small amounts. What I'm personally going to do is when it really start tanking on red days, I double down the amount that I'm DCAing. So not only do I DCA every day, but on weekends, mainly Saturday nights, I actually buy more. So when you look at things like BUNK, B-O-N-K, I like to buy that with 4 zeros. I believe it's 4 zeros and a 10. 4 zeros and 10 is where I like to accumulate in heavier amounts. And if it goes lower than that, I go lower than that. Remember, small cap, small money, big cap, big money. I have way more money in Bitcoin and Ethereum than I have in BUNK because I'm not trying to get rich quick. Okay? Don't do it, good people. Don't do it. Now, let's keep it going. I want you guys to hear what Gary Gensler of the SEC said. Okay, let's get right to it.
He got a huge wave of new investors getting into Bitcoin through this ETF. You have still suggested to be cautious about it, and I'm trying to understand how you think about those cross currents in terms of the message you're telling investors.
Well, look, Bitcoin itself, we did not approve, we do not endorse. This is a product called an exchange-traded product, a way that investors can invest in that underlying non-security commodity called Bitcoin. But yes, investors, I think, should be aware that the underlying asset is a highly speculative, volatile asset. And amongst its use cases is really for illicit activity, money laundering and sanctions and ransomware and the like. And I know that you've asked other people over the last few days, is it being used as a store of value? It's a speculative, volatile store of value. Is it being used as a payment anywhere? Are we buying cups of coffee with it? Not really. The only payment mechanism it's being used for in sort of in a primary sense is illicit activity. So I think.
So here you got, remember I was saying, you guys already know this, that the SEC, Gary Gensler, chair, was holding his nose and approving this. And so he just approved it and poo-hooed on it. All by design, good people. He's just telling you it's worthless. You just heard it. It's worthless. It's just used for illicit, just all of this garbage, and it has no use. That's what he just said. He just posted it. For those of you that are like me, I'm glad he's saying this now. I am. I'm glad he's saying this now because I plan personally on making even more money. He's pushing it down. And I'm telling you guys, I believe there's no facts. This is what I believe. I believe it's by design. You heard it, right? So let's go to the CEO of Mara, and I want you to listen to what he has to say.
And so we've got the ETF, we've got the halving. What does this all mean for Bitcoin's price? We've seen a huge rally last year. Is all of this already priced in?
Well, I think definitely part of the ETF is priced in. So, buy the rumor, sell the news. But I think Bitcoin will either follow its historical cycle, which would have it increase in price, achieve the prior all-time high sometime towards the end of this year, and then new all-time highs towards the end of next year. That's if it follows historical patterns. Global liquidity also contributes to Bitcoin price. We're seeing the Fed will be easing, other central banks will be easing, global liquidity will increase likely at the back half of this year. That will also help the narrative around Bitcoin.
So you guys heard that too. So that was the CEO of Marathon Digital. Now, remember, I had him as a guest on my show, and I asked him this question. This is the question that I asked him. Can you explain, or do you know why the Bitcoin mining companies, the stock price themselves, they actually kind of cool off leading into the halving, I've noticed in the past, and then they take off again? Myself and a lot of my followers, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, know that this is actually a good time to accumulate when it is low. We buy into weakness and we sell into strength. So why is it that it trends down towards the halving, and we do know what happens after the halving in the bull market? The crypto mining companies, Bitcoin mining companies actually take off.
Yeah, it's part of it is how people trade on the public markets, right? So if you look at Bitcoin miners, our companies are valued as a proxy for the price of Bitcoin. So if there's a belief that there's a drop in the price of Bitcoin in the offing, then people will short Bitcoin miners because
Right.
we trade with more beta than Bitcoin does. Meaning, if Bitcoin moves 1 or 2% up or down, most of the miner stocks will move up or down 3 to 5%, maybe even.
So you guys heard that, right? So this is no surprise to us here. This is what we've been expecting, right? This is what we've been expecting. Now, the Bitcoin ETF, right, could change things with these miners. So we have to monitor this. But this is what I've been saying, and this is what I've been seeing. I could have been wrong. It could have went the other way, but this is what I've been seeing, and this is why I bring it to you guys. And sometimes it goes against, popular or what is popular at the time. But we're here to make money. We're not here to be popular. And I'm going to say something else. I'm not here to be right. I'm here to make money, and I'm here to help you make money because that's my calling, all right? And so that's what I wanted to show you guys. Let's look at this. Let's look at the crypto miners at the time of filming this, right? Now, we don't know where the bottom is. All we know is yet another day, Marathon Digital is going down another 15%, Riot another 9%, CleanSpark another 11%. Look at that, straight down, right? And so far, my thesis of it selling off, leading into the halving, and then taking off, like I was talking to the CEO of Mara, so far it has been playing out. Let's look over the last 5 days. Look at that. Even over the last 5 days, look at that. Mara's down 17%, Riot 20, almost 21, and CleanSpark, as you can see, is 19% down, right? And so this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. These are the things that I wanted to show you guys. Listen, in closing, I just want you guys to know, if you really want to know how to navigate in the entire stock market and with crypto, I added 2 more classes last night. If you have Stock Up You, there were 2 more lessons added last night in the crypto segment. Please watch them both. They will absolutely help you navigate and make money in this market. And don't just go through the entire crypto chapter, which I put a lot of deep study in. I want you to then go back to the charting chapter, and I want you to study these 2 for the next 3 months. We still have time. So that's what I wanted to say with the stock market and crypto and the crypto miners. There's time. All 3 are supposed to be cooling off right now. We expected the stock market to cool off in January. We've been saying that for months. We expected with crypto that after the spot ETF gets approved, that it will be ramp up and what? Profit taking, right? We expected that. And then with the crypto miners, just like the CEO of the world's largest mining company said, there will be shorting, which is happening with Mara, Riot, Clean Spark, Cypher, you name it. That is actually bringing the price down, which happened last cycle. All right. So if you have the class, then please watch it. You paid for it. I'm telling you what you paid for the class, you're going to 20, 30x. Okay. That's what the class is for. That's why it's priced as low as it is, so you can make money. All right. So I'm going to leave it right there, good people. If I said anything here to help you guys in any way, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and that notification bell is checked to all. I will be a straight shooter. I will continue to be a straight shooter until this is over. Now I got to go and shovel some snow. All right, good people. I love you. Live, love, laugh, and learn.